let's...
But I'm on my computer, it's still not even coming up.
Here in Western Australia and trying to get our times right and everything. So, yeah, just 1 sec.
Well, now it's coming on, so I can see you. Yep, I can see you. Talk. I'll see if I can hear.
You can hear me. I'm on Dave's tablet here. It's an Android tablet. I've been using a Mac and I have no idea what I'm doing, even though I'm self-taught doing all this stuff. Okay, let's do this.
So is it disappeared?
Okay, it's locked. Orientation.
It sideways.
Fucking...
Don't swear. How are we going to change this? Hey guys, we've really screwed this one. There we go. There you can see us. However, I can see us on there, but on my computer I can only see me. Hey Eddie, how's America treating you, mate? Still in Hawaii? Anyway, hopefully we got this squared away. But what we're going to do is we're going to just give you a bit of a background on ourselves and what we've done and how we've done it, sort of thing. We've got a few questions that have been sent to us, and we'll answer those questions for people, and we've got a couple of other questions as well, or answers I should say. I'm just turning my laptop down. If I keep looking over the side, it's because I'm looking at my laptop where you guys are coming online. So, love your stories. Yeah, got plenty of them, trust me, and they're not all good. But anyway, going back to who we are, obviously I'm Dave and this is Roz. We met back in 2010, and in 2011 I deployed to Afghanistan, did 9.5 months straight in Afghanistan, got back from there and we got married. So we got married pretty quick. Alright, moved forward. I did 31.5 years in the Army, and Roz did 20 years Navy, then in the Air Force. From there I discharged in 2019 and sort of waited around and wondered what I was going to do, and then Roz discharged in
2021.
So 2 years after me.
Yeah.
Obviously, while you're in the Defence Force, you can't go away as you please. You can't do what you want, when you want, and how you want. So travel, we got little bits of holiday here and there, and we got to have a few trips and that. But what we wanted to do was travel around Australia, because it's such a big place. There's so many wonderful places out there to see. Anyway, once we were both discharged and we were free to do what we wanted. What are you laughing at?
You keep tapping behind me.
I'm not tapping you.
He's tapping the seat behind me and it's annoying the shit out of me.
Anyway, so we decided to buy a caravan, buy a ram, and head around Australia. We have 6 children between us, so we started YouTube purely for the 6 kids. None of them watch it though. They'll quite often ring us up. I'll move me friggin' hand. I'll sit like this. Sorry, we're in Kalgoorlie and it's stinking hot outside, so we're sitting inside the caravan at the moment, in the aircon, squished in the corner.
In the corner.
But yeah, so we have 6 kids. I have 4. Roz has 2. I have 2 girls and 2 boys.
And I got 2 boys.
And Roz got 2 boys, and they range between the age of 29.
Yeah, 29 and 16.
Yeah, 29 down to 16.
Yeah. But anyway, let's get into the questions everyone sent in.
Righto.
If you got any questions about us, send us a message. We'll answer them.
Hey Eddie, just got back from North Carolina. It's treating me good. How's Australia treating you? Yeah, well, Australia's very hot, mate. We've just come down through a place called Marble Bar. 42 degrees when we were there, and it gets a bit hotter. I don't know what that converts to in Fahrenheit, but 42. What's the hottest town in Australia? Anyway, the first question
comes from a friend of ours called Cheryl Lee.
She says, what is your go-to quick and easy meal for when you pull up, it's late and you're tired? I'll let Roz answer this.
Well, to start with, we try not to travel any later than 2 o'clock. We like to be set up, pulled up anywhere by 2 o'clock, just so we can enjoy the afternoon, relax, and do what we've got to do. But if we do travel late, or if we are just having a tired day, probably a go-to meals is a toasty, whatever we've got in the fridge, whether it be an egg jaffle, ham and cheese toasty, cheese toasty,
chicken and cheese, spaghetti, baked beans.
We do cheese on toast in the air fryer, which works pretty good.
Except for the first time Roz did it and the cheese disappeared. What happened there?
So if you're gonna do cheese on toast in the air fryer, make sure you put a decent amount of butter on your bread and stick your cheese to it, because otherwise you'll open your air fryer and cheese will be gone. But other than that,
2-minute noodles.
Yeah, we have 2-minute noodles in the cupboard.
And if for that reason we are travelling late, we go past a 24-hour Roadhouse service station, we'll just pull in and
we might even grab something on the way.
Buy something from there, or grab something if we know we're going to be out on the road. But we try not to, due to so many trucks being on the road, and also kangaroos, cows, and whatever else that can go through your radiator. So we try not to travel after 2. We like to sit down, put our feet up, and enjoy the afternoon and watch the news and all that sort of stuff. Check out the scenery and see what's going on.
But every normal dinner, like lunches and dinners and things like that, it's just everyday cooking. What we used to cook at home, like I'll make stir fries. We'll have steak salad, chicken snitty, tenders, ribs, whatever I used to cook at home, I'll cook in the van. But I have yet to use my oven. I have not used my oven. So I'm trying not to use it, and I'm trying to test different things in the air fryer. Even, for example, making scones in the air fryer takes 13 minutes. I just use the packet stuff from Woolies and Coles, the Lions mix. Makes nice sized scones, fit 9 in the air fryer, and you got your fresh cream and jam. Yeah. But then on our travel days, if we know, like we're travelling tomorrow, either I'll make some sangers tonight or some wraps or first thing in the morning, and then we'll put them in the fridge of the car so we've got something to eat, because it's all good and well to support local businesses, but after a while it does get a little bit expensive.
Okay, so the second question that we have is, do we have a spare key for the Ram? Okay, that's from Shirley's husband Matt. Now the story to that is, first of all, yes, we do have a spare key, and it is, or was, I don't know where it is now, but it was in the drawer here. Oh, I found it.
It's in the drawer.
Here it is, spare key, Matt. Anyway, what happened there was, we're out at Uluru, Ayers Rock, and we were going to Lambert, the dead centre, geographical centre of Australia. Alright, and there's nothing at all out there except for a flagpole and some chains around the flagpole. Now, when we got out there, I let my elbow on the lock of the door, which is a little button, and I didn't realise what I'd done. Roz and I both got out of the vehicle and shut the doors, and bang, the car locked itself with the keys to the Caravan and the keys to the Ram inside it. Scratched my head for a little bit and thought, right, we have a spare key in the Caravan. So I climbed in through the roof hatch, and I had to rip the roof hatch apart and destroy it to get in. But when I looked down and realised it was a shower, I also realised that I could not get out if I go through the shower. Reason being, it's locked from the outside. So I ripped that hatch off for no reason at all. I then ripped the second hatch off, which was above the toilet. Got my small skinny frame in, much to everybody's disbelief, and got inside and found the key. Opened the door, got outside the van, went click, and nothing at all happened. I thought, shit, surely they haven't given me a brand new key to a brand new car with a flat battery. Luckily Matt was there, Matt from Cessnock, and he goes, mate, pull out the fob, or pull the fob apart and the key will come out. So he put it in the door, we went to open it, and nothing. Wouldn't turn, wouldn't do anything. I had a look at the little yellow tag on the key, and it had 2500 white. Ours is a 3500 granite crystal. So obviously they gave us the wrong key during handover, and we never even checked the key because we had no need to. So my advice, if you get a new car, check all your keys before you leave the dealership. Long story short, Matt from Cessnock broke into my car, and we had to go 20 odd k's to find a little bit of wire in the middle of nowhere to be able to break into the car. And then we sat around and drunk around the fireplace for the night, and spent the next 6 or 7 days following each other through to through to Cooper, and we got to know each other there. Since then we've kept in touch, and we've visited a couple of times, and we'll see him again just before Christmas. Anyway, guys, the short answer to that is yes, Matt, we do have a key. Thank you for reminding me. And if you want to see that video, go back and have a look at season 1, episode 4, and it's titled Uluru to Dalhousie Springs, which is a hot water springs, again in the middle of nowhere, and beautiful place. But go back and have a look at that footage. Righto, moving along, the third question.
Third question is comes from Glenn Bierman. What do you think other ram and van owners could learn from attending the Ram Van Jamboree? This Ram Van Jamboree is on next year, the 1st to the 3rd of March at Gucci Creek in Queensland.
Messages come up and they disappear, and I've got no idea what people are on. Oh, here we go, Newey Joe. Geez, I haven't heard from you for a long time, Newey.
Yeah.
I actually thought you were one of the original guys that have been following us, and I actually thought you might have fallen off the perch. Only because we hadn't got any questions, any comments from you in a long, long time. But glad to see you here with us, mate. Sorry about that. Going back to what Roz was just saying about the Ram Van Jamboree, was the 1st to the 3rd of March?
1st to the 3rd of March at Gucci Creek in Queensland. It's just up near Gympie. So if you own a Ram, Caravan, or if you're interested in getting a Ram, there's going to be so many people there. There's going to be businesses there. What are you looking at?
I'm just reading Newey Joe. What about cutting a hole under the bed in the van? I have absolutely no idea what he's talking about. They're cutting a hole under the bed in the van. I've got no idea.
What?
Anyway.
I'll
work that out later.
Anyway, at Gucci Creek, there's going to be probably a couple of hundred Ram and van owners.
Is it Gucci or Gucci?
I say Gucci Creek.
So what do you call those bags that are expensive?
Oh, that's Gucci.
Wasn't it spelt the same?
Nope.
Okay. I can't spell. So, keep going.
What's the weekend going to be about?
Okay, so the weekend is just for like-minded people like ourselves and you, our viewers, to rock up for 3 or 4 days. And sorry, we keep looking down because this is the first time we've done this, and it's really strange. I've got 10 people watching us at the moment. I think one of them's myself on my computer. So really, we've got 9 people watching us. I almost feel important. Anyway, so going back to Gucci Creek, what it is get together with a whole heap of people, just a gathering, kids, wives, everybody, boyfriends, husbands, whatever. Oh, sorry, I'll stop tapping. Whatever. I must be Italian. I talk with my hands. Anyway, it's for 3 days. There's going to be live music. The 2 Brendans are going to be playing, and I think there's a few other ones that are playing as well. You can look the 2 Brendans up on YouTube. Great music. Very easy listening, pub-style type music. Nothing that's heavy metal or unz doof doof sort of music. So it's caters for most people. But, yeah, it'll be a great weekend. There's also going to be some exhibitors there. I think there'll be some with van stuff. There'll be some with car stuff, showing you what mods you can do to your vehicles, what you can't. Talking about GVMs, GCMs, which is gross vehicle mass and gross combined mass upgrades, as well as everything else you can think of for a vehicle. But basically, it's just a 3-day weekend for everyone just to... If you've got a brand new Ram or you've got a brand new van and you want to do a shakeout, just to get out there, catch up with people.
Or if you're interested in getting a Ram.
Yeah, if you're interested in getting a Ram, you might not even own a Ram. You might just have anything, a Ford Ranger or something like that. Nothing wrong with Ford Rangers, but yeah. Anyway, just rock up, come along. Obviously, there's a fee, and there's a website on a page, I should say, on Facebook, the Ram Van Jamboree. If you have a look, it's the inaugural one, and Glenn has got this up and running, and hopefully it'll be more to come. There is people jumping on at the moment, so I think there's a maximum capacity of 250 people. I'm not 100% sure, but I did know that he mentioned something around the 250 mark. So there's going to be quite a few people there sharing stories, having a few drinks, and just chewing the fat. Righto, so that's the Ram Van Jamboree.
There was a question that just popped up online about the palm tree incident.
Oh, palm tree. Yeah.
From Mark Denny.
Righto, mate. Yeah. Reference the palm tree. All right. Well, we're detracting here.
Hang on. I just want to say, roll your eyes. He was very impatient. I was inside and all I said, he asked for some help and I said, I'm just going to grab something out the freezer for dinner. But he couldn't wait.
Okay, now I'll tell you the real story. We've got these big palm trees and they're really, really tall. And they drop these little berry things all over the ground and they just give me the shits. So I've got this massive pole saw and I normally saw them down. But this one was up a little bit higher, so I had to grab a ladder. When I grabbed the ladder, I leant it up against the palm tree. And there's a full video on this because Smarty Emu Pants here decided to go and grab the security camera footage and put clown music and smart-ass captions to it. So if you look back through How Not to Climb a Ladder, you'll see what we're talking about. But anyway.
But if you're going to climb a ladder, make sure you don't wear thongs. Make sure you don't have a belt undone.
Is this my story? Is this my story or your story?
Ask for some help.
Is this my story or your story? Anyway, so I decided to get rid of these berries. So I got the ladder and I put it on a little bit more of an angle than what I probably should have. Mind you, I had all the classic safety gear on. I had me thongs. I had a pair of denim shorts that were undone with me belt hanging down. And I don't think I had a shirt on. Anyway, I got up the ladder. While I'm up there, I was soaring away. And I was almost through. And I did go through. But what had happened was the pole saw fell out of my hands and was falling on my next door neighbour's roof. As I've tried to grab it, I've kicked the ladder out from under me and I've come flying down the tree. So I decided to pull the bark off the tree with me chin and me chest. I hit the ground, me thong bounced probably 3 or 4, probably 2 metres in the air. And I'm laying on the ground. I didn't say a word because I'm that strong a guy. I just sort of laid there and went, oh, fuck, that hurt.
Until he got back inside.
Hang on. Roz's son was out the front on the other side of the fence and he was doing something with his car. He didn't even hear me. That's how quiet I am. He comes walking in and you'll see it on the video. He starts walking towards me laying on the ground and then he turns around and goes back and decides he wants to lock the gate. Then he comes through and he looks at me and he scratches his head, takes his hat off, looks up the palm tree, looks down at the ground as though to say, well, what's happened here? And he's just scratching his head. Young people have got no idea. Anyway, eventually got myself up off the ground, hobbled inside, got him to pack the stuff up for me. Ros was sitting inside with a nice drink or something because it was hot outside and I think she had her feet up on the couch. She wasn't really doing much. It was a 5-minute job, but the result of that was I gave myself a double hernia and I ripped my left calf muscle. So off to hospital I went.
And he was a big man baby when he come back inside.
And I had an operation. Right, all I wanted was a Ros to help me, but she was that impatient she had to race inside to get food ready when she could have helped me for 5 minutes. Anyway, that's the story about the palm tree.
If you ever want to know the true story, please just send me a message.
And if you want a good laugh, just jump on there and have a look at How Not to Climb a Ladder. Righto, next question. Who are some of the most memorable characters you have met for the first time whilst travelling around Australia? One of the very first was Pedro the Poser. Now this was down in a little town called Latrobe, down in Tasmania. Pedro is he a llama? What's the other thing? An alpaca. Pedro's an alpaca.
Yeah.
Right, little brown one. And he's on our video. And he's that famous. There's a big mural on the side of one of the buildings with Pedro and his handler. I can't remember the handler's name, but he was a really old gentleman, very nice. And every morning, he puts him in the car and brings him into town, walks him down, and they sit down the corner of the bakery. And they just sit there and he just poses for photos and no money involved or anything like that. And very well-mannered llama.
He's so cute.
Alpaca, I should say. He's got a little bit of a hairdo on the top and his feet are all shaved around and that. And if you have a look on our video in Tasmania, you'll find the pictures of Pedro. But awesome little thing. Oh, little, what do you call it? Alpaca.
Little alpaca. Yeah, he was pretty cute. Another one of somebody we met as well. We're down at in Tassie at Salamanca Market, so we met this guy called Jamie Maslin. He's a British author of a book called The Long Hitch Home. Now, I've read his book. He signed it. It's a great read if you're ever looking for something to read. The whole point of his book was to write about how he hitchhiked from Tasmania, where his girlfriend's parents used to live, through to back home to London. He passed through 19 countries, 18,000 miles. He allocated himself £2,000, which I'm not sure what the equivalent is in Australian dollars, and he allocated himself 3 to 6 months to do it. But it's a really, really good read. There's some funny stories in there, but yeah, check it out.
The guy himself, they were walking through the markets, and he was a POM, and I just stopped to have a look at his book. And one of the things he said to me was, he goes, this book has been, what's the word I'm looking for when it's something like, it's basically, I was saying, it's the best bit of scripture since, who was that bloke back in the England days? What was his name?
I don't know.
You know, the fucking dude that wrote shit. Oh, now I've just screwed the story up because forgotten.
It's a great read anyway, but get yourself a story. But he's I think
that's it. He said it was the best bit of literature since, I know, one of those.
Since Life's Bread, but then
no, since one of those. It was one of those really good writers, and he said that was by his mother. But you sort of had to be in there to get it. But no, interesting bloke, and his wife gave him, or his current wife gave him 12 months to do the trip. He'd only met her a week before he decided to do his trip. But yeah, he was another interesting character. Another guy was, by the way, someone on here called us normal. I think he's got us mixed up. He said,
Mark.
Yeah, Mark. He goes something along the lines of, glad to see normal people on YouTube. All right? The only reason you don't see our cleavage is because we don't have the bods. All right? But nah, as you say...
Speak for yourself.
As you were saying, yes, we try to be normal. We try to show people what is out there. Now, you don't want to hear my voice or you don't want to see my face. I've got a head for radio. So I'd rather interview people and talk to people who have expert knowledge of the area and what's going on, instead of me just bumbling along and making shit up. Not that I do that. But thanks for those kind words, Mark. Appreciate it. And yeah, we ain't selling our asses to anybody. All right, we're going to stay normal, stay grounded and down to earth. And hopefully you guys will enjoy what we keep bringing to you. Another interesting person that we met was a guy called Fred Brophy. Now, he wrote a book called The Last Travelling Showman. Now, what he does is he takes a tent around the country in Queensland, country in New South Wales. I'm not sure if he gets out to any other places now because he's getting on in age, but it's a boxing tent. So we ran into him in a little town called Baduri. We'd just been out at the Big Red Bash, which is a remarkable event. The Big Red Bash and the Monday Bash, same event, different places. If you ever get the opportunity, go out and do it. That is a bucket list thing to do. Both are great for different reasons. Big Red Bash for the beautiful big hill behind it and the bagpiper that gets up there in the morning and the sunset and the kids all surfing down the sand dunes and whatever they can find. Monday, because it's bitumen just about the whole way there, and you get a lot more food people there, so the food vans and stuff to buy stuff from are really awesome. But it's basically the same concert in two different locations. Now, meeting Fred, I walked into a pub and I seen him, like, that's Fred Brophy. And I walked over and said, hey mate, you mind if I interview you? I had to buy him a 4X Gold for a can. And I had a can and we sat there, we had a bit of a chat. Again, that's on one of our videos, and it's the video Pig and Camel Races in Baduri. And that's a pretty interesting sort of a chat. We then go to the Pig and Camel Races the next day. That night we went into the Fred Brophy boxing tent, had a few drinks. Ros wouldn't let me get up and have a go. because I'd had a few drinks. But
it was so funny though. There was a really old drunk lady there, and it was so funny. She was swinging her legs and arms and just getting the air and nearly falling ass over.
It was good. All right, so on that particular one, normally he has his own boxes, but a couple of them didn't turn up, so he just got people out of the crowd, chucked them in one of his shirt, and then they took on other guys from out of the crowd. And if you beat his boxes, you then get $100. So it's not big prize money, but it's a great entertainment. And if ever you get the opportunity to see it, do it. I don't know how much longer it's going to be around, because he said there's no one else in his family that will take over running the show. So yeah, that was Fred Brophy.
I just want to say one thing about the Big Red Bash. If you ever go out there and you've got kids, there's a great little fella by the name of Clay.
Squid.
Yeah, Clay. He owns Squid sandboards, and they are great for the kids. He sells them out there. He sells them all around the shops now, different locations.
He's from South Australia, down near Port Lincoln, I think it is.
Yeah.
But he's a little entrepreneur, little fellow. I think he was only 14 or 15 when we first met him. And he was donating one of the boards to the Royal Flying Doctors, and then people obviously bought raffle tickets and stuff like that. The money went to the Royal Flying Doctors, and then somebody won the little the sandboard. Now he's come up with that little idea himself. He gets home from school and cuts them out, shaves them down, does all the stuff to them, and I think they're now selling in a few shops around Australia.
There's 8 stores around Australia.
There you go, 8 stores. Roz just looked it up. Squid sandboards.
Probably about 4 of them down at Port Lincoln, one at Coffin Bay, Sejuna, Streaky Bay, and the Birdsville Roadhouse stock them as well. But they're great. If I was taking little kids out there, like 8 to 10-year-olds, I would get them aboard and just let them go up and down the sand dunes. And
it's like snowboarding, but on sand.
Yeah, amazing.
Another guy that we met was Tim from the Daily Waters pub. He was a bit of a larrikin, big unit, gets around in a little, one of those old people's cart things, the little things you see in the shopping centre that nearly run you over. Now, he started off in not Broken Hill, I said that the other day. He started off in Coober Pedy. He owned the IGA there and the Winch 360 restaurant up on top of the hill. He's now bought the Daily Waters pub and half the township. I think there's only 1 or 2 buildings in Daily Waters that he doesn't own. And he's got an awesome little museum just across the road, $3 donation. And the cars and the bikes in there, you've got to go in there to see it. Like, it is, to be where it is and what's in there, you just think, wow. And there's a lot of money in there. There's some really good old Quacker 900s from back in the Stone movie, for all you older people that remember Stone, the movie. And there's a big gravedigger flag and stuff in there, but no, it's pretty cool. Tim has also bought the Adelaide River Hotel, and he's going to turn that into the pub up there, he's going to turn that the same as the Daily Waters. Now, during peak season, you've got to book. No, sorry, they don't take bookings. It's first in, best dressed there. But it absolutely packs out, but they have a couple of overflow areas. And when we left, even they were chockers. So it does get very, very busy. And at about 5 o'clock every night, before the music kicks off, Tim comes in on his little scooter with a goat, a horse, and a donkey that follows him in. And he tells a story about Daily Waters and all that sort of stuff and how it all started and about the animals and all that sort of stuff. He is a bit of a character as well. Yesterday we went to the brothel here in Kalgoorlie.
For the tour.
I know.
No working girls or guys.
Well, there is working girls, but
not at the moment.
Not at the moment. It's been 4 months since there's been a working girl in there. However, it's up for sale for 1.4 to 1.5 mil, and if you are out there and you want to earn a bit of money, you can rock up there and they'll employ you, and yeah.
Or you can just buy it if you want.
It's a town full of gold miners, so you single women out there that don't have a job that wants some money, there you go.
Yeah, no.
So she was a real character. Her mother actually bought the brothel. It is the longest running brothel in Australia that hasn't been moved or changed. It's funny thing, there's a lot of laws to do with Western Australia and prostitution, and or they now call them sex workers and all that sort of stuff, but she was a really crack up of a lady, and her mother is 86 or 87
something like that, yeah.
years old, and she's there. So they do a tag team. One will come out for 4 weeks. They come from the Gold Coast, and they just tag team each other. But the mother, when she first bought it, she told her daughter, "Oh, I'm going to have a look at a business proposition," and she disappeared for a week, and come back and said, "Hey, we now own a brothel," and the daughter didn't know what to say. But very, very interesting. And if you get a chance, it's $30 if you're under 60. If you're over 60, it's 25 if you get a seniors discount. But great. We spent 2 hours in there, and it was really worth it. And that will be in one of our upcoming videos. But very, very interesting, and she was an absolute cracker.
There are a couple of other characters that we met out at Silverton. One being Adrian, the Mad Max museum owner, and the other being John Dinan, the artist out there.
Yeah, Adrian, if you get a chance, if you're in Silverton, go to the Mad Max Museum. His story, again, that's on our video, on our YouTube channel. His story had me in stitches. How he came from England to the middle of bumfuck Idaho and set up a Mad Max Museum. Everyone thought he was a lunatic, and people didn't think he was serious until he started doing it. Then all these people come out and started donating paraphernalia and memorabilia from the shows. But Silverton itself is a quirky little town, and John Dinan, he was a crack up too. Very dry sense of humour. I actually said to him, "Who's the most famous person you've had in here?" And he goes, "Me. There's no one more famous than me." And he kept a straight face too, like he was a bit of a crack up. He's also the mayor of Silverton. He lives in Broken Hill. So yeah, there's plenty of characters out there. Matt, and this is from Matt Grinke. Plenty of characters out there, mate, and I'll find them as I come across. If I can, I interview them. Some of them are a bit shy, don't want to be on camera and that, but I try my best to keep it going for you. Yeah, what's the next question?
Just on there from Graham Whitaker. Would you even go anywhere near a Kalgoorlie working girl? Well, probably mate, not after they've been through all the miners, or the miners have been through there, and all the.
You'd want to be here on shift change just as they're getting in. You wouldn't want to be here at the end of the month. Anyway, what's the next question?
Somebody else asked a question on here. Kylie, what's your favourite place in WA? Mine, at this point in time, we haven't been down the south of Western Australia. I was here like 30 years ago when my kids were little, but my favourite place at the moment, I think I have to be Middle Lagoon. I just loved the beach up there. It was a great swimming spot. There was hardly anyone there when we were there because we're at the end of the season. That's mine.
It's a really hard one. There is so many great places for different reasons. All right? It's a funny thing. I love fishing, but I don't eat fish. I love diving and snorkeling, but I hate getting sand up my arse. I don't like going to the beach. I really enjoyed Horizontal Falls. That was awesome out there. Mitchell Plateau, right up near Columbaroo. Again, that was a phenomenal place, and not a lot of people drive up there because the roads are pretty rough. The Kimberleys were beautiful with the scenery from El Questro right down to, where do we have them scones? Ellenbray Station.
There are a lot of beautiful spots.
There's just so many places, and honestly, I can't put my finger on one place that I really enjoyed. I enjoyed being on Cable Beach at Broome with the sun going down, cooking some snags, having some beers, watching the camels go past. They stunk, but it was a great experience. The other ones, as Roz said, we're heading back to Brisbane, right? We'll cover why later, but by now we should have been somewhere down near Ningaloo, down past Ningaloo. We should have been doing Lefroy, South Lefroy, all of those places, all right? But plans have changed. So, in short, there's too many beautiful places to put my finger on one place. What are you laughing at?
People's comments.
What was it?
I can't remember.
Goldfish.
Anyway, I've got another question here. How do you fund your travels, and are you sponsored?
Oh, yeah. I was just reading a comment. Someone just said, Daryl Thompson. Hey, Daz, how are you, mate? Said, g'day, Roz and Dave. He goes, are there any places you have been that was a disappointment? There is, and I'll get to it.
I'm just trying to think of somewhere we rocked up and we thought, God, this is a shithole.
Any army base in Australia? No, to be honest with you, most places have been good. There's been some places where I expected something totally different, like Marble Bar. It was 42 degrees. The caravan park was, I won't say dodgy, but it was just a scrap of dirt. There wasn't much shade.
Run down.
Nothing in town was open. The pub only opened from 12 to 1 and then didn't open again till 4 in the afternoon.
But it is the hottest town in Australia.
We went there to say we've been there.
And because we're in the hot season, there's no water anywhere.
Yeah, so the swimming holes were shit. We thought there'd be beautiful water out there. There was nothing. So that was a disappointment. I won't say it was a shithole, but
it's just,
will I go back there? I don't think so. Yeah, anyway, back to the question Roz asked.
Sorry. How do you fund your travels, and are we sponsored? No, we're not sponsored. All those stickers on the side of the car have either worked on the car in some sort of way, and we just like to promote small Australian businesses. Like, there's a few of them have given us codes for their products to pass on to you guys, so you get a discount. But yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So the biggest, like no elephant in the room, whatever. People will come up to us and go, "Oh, you must have got that car for free," or "Did you get a discount on the car?" Everything on that car we've paid full price for. Okay, it's cost us. Okay,
a lot.
The car itself, with the tinny, the 20 horsepower, and the thingo, I'm telling you now, you're not getting any change out of 365. So a lot of people don't quite know what goes into a build. Some people do. But one thing for you, the canopy on the back, we paid $64,000 2 years ago for it. I believe now they're 105. It's just gone through the roof and things are just going stupid. So anybody that's doing a build, be prepared for wallet shock. Now, we like to help people. Okay, we're self-funded, as in we both have very good pensions. As I said earlier on at the video, I did 31 and a half years in the army, Roz did 20, and we got very good pensions, all right? We're looked after. So all the stickers that are on the car, we like to help and support the small people out there, the small businesses, all right, and give them a bit of a leg up. As Roz said, a couple of the businesses have turned around and said, righto, we'll give your customers, or not your customers, your subscribers, a discount. So they've thrown us a bit of a discount code. Hand on my heart, we get nothing out of it. We've got a few free t-shirts. Black Bear gave me a free pair of jocks. However, Black Bear has come on board and we're giving me tyres at cost price. I was just paying for the shipping, so I ended up getting 4 tyres when I was up in Kununurra. Had to get them from Brizzy to Darwin and then down to Kununurra.
But if we didn't have their stickers on the side of the car, obviously we're not happy with their product. We're happy with all these guys, all their work they've done for us.
And we'll go through later some of the discount codes so that you guys can put them to use and all that sort of stuff.
I'll drop them in the link below anyway, all the codes.
We don't have, what's that thing that everyone's getting on the bandwagon with? Where they, basically, everybody seems to think that they're entitled and that you people, the subscribers, should be paying for their free holiday around Australia. Patreon. That's it, Patreon.
Yeah.
So a lot of YouTubers out there are using this Patreon and all this other shit, and they're just getting money because it's the only way they can fund themselves. Now, we never sold our house, all right? That's one thing I refuse to even look at. A lot of these people have gone out, sold their house, bought their big wagon, their big van, all that sort of stuff, and toured around Australia, and then run out of money, and then think, shit, what are we going to do? Now, my theory was, just a loose figures example, if I was to sell my house for $1 million 2 years ago, and I come back in 5 or 6 years' time, I might be paying you're not gonna buy
1.8
million,
the same
right,
price.
to buy back in. Now, the blocks are getting smaller and smaller in Brisbane. They're down to 350 size, and everybody's walls are basically touching everybody. We're an 1130 square metre block, big 6-bedroom house with a granny flat and a pool and massive entertainment areas. So there's no way I was going to sell. We actually got our son and 3 of his mates living there at the moment. We've left all our furniture there, so we're not paying for storage, and we're not paying real estate fees and all the other stuff that you would have to do if you kept your house and rented it out and put it through storage and your stuff into storage and that. So that's how we fund our travels. When we go and do those one-off bucket list things like ducking out to, where did I say?
Like horizontal falls.
Horizontal falls. We pay full price for that. We don't get no discounts or anything. We just do that, and we take our cameras out to show you guys. Now, you imagine some of the other YouTubers that have 3 kids or whatever. That's going to cost them an arm and a leg. So that's why a lot of them don't do it unless they can get it for free. Now, some people will go up to places and go, oh, well, if you do this work on our car, we'll promote you and we'll spruik about you. Well, I'm not into that. I'm not going to sell my backside just to get a free, I don't know, lift on the car or a free exhaust or something like that, especially if I don't like it. If I don't like it, I'm not going to advertise for them, sort of thing. Because if I do, you guys go out and buy that product, it falls apart, and you turn around and you go, that bloke on JBA is a fucking dickhead. Somebody asked me, where do I get me jokes from?
Yeah, I saw that.
Quite a few of them I just make up on the spot there and then. Some of them people send in to me, and some of them I've known for a long time, or I've read them or seen them somewhere. But I've got a pretty quirky sense of humour, and I think I'm funny. A lot of people don't. I crack myself up. But this one here doesn't like me doing them. But if I don't do them, you guys out there crack the shits and think I've run out of jokes, start sending them in, or yeah, it's quite funny actually.
I don't mind the jokes, but
I started the jokes as a piss take, right? We needed some sort of little quirky thing to be us, and I just started them as a piss take, and now they've just taken off, and people seem to love them. Like, I've been walking down the streets, and I've had guys come up to me and go, "Oh, the dad joke guy," or "Can we get a photo with you?" Like things like that, or come up and they ask me to tell them a joke, sort of thing. It's quite funny. But yes, so we're self-funded, we get around, and yeah, we just do what we can, how we can. We plan to travel for at least the next 5 years, because Australia is a massive place. We don't have an end date, unless we get the shits with each other, something bad goes wrong, or we just decide to kick it into touch.
The next question is, how do you choose where to stay or stop?
Well, in the army, I used to sleep under the stars. Ros being in the Air Force, chose it by the stars, which hotel they were staying in.
Oh well. Wrong choice you made. But how we choose where to stop and stay, well, we're leaving here tomorrow. We don't even know where we're going yet, but we either work on time, we'll look ahead in our Camps Australia book. This is what I use. This one here, Camps 12. It's the big one. And they do have an online app, and they do have, we also do use WikiCamps. But this book here at the moment, keep talking.
I'll just read us a joke that Graham just sent in.
While I find you this
turn
page.
it this way.
Hang on. This is the book, and this is what I do. So wherever we've been, I mark it with a Sharpie pen, and I just trace our tracks. But we also follow, use the apps and track it that way as well. But I like the paper version. That's just me.
And reference camps, show the front of it. Reference the camps book. They come in a couple of different sizes. So this is the big one.
The big one has the pictures. I like the pictures, so you can see.
She can't read. She likes pictures.
Well, you can't spell.
Anyway, so with the big book, if you use the code JBA15, you get 15% off any of the books or anything that you buy from their website. If you go and buy their app and you get the full app, you get 50% off if you use the code JBA. Going back to that joke.
But speaking about the codes, sorry.
It's going to disappear. Let me read it.
I don't know what they've got on their website at the moment with all these Black Friday sales happening. So if you check it out before you buy something.
So from Graham, me and the bride are thinking of getting into dog breeding, mastiff with poodles, to make massive doodles. We have decided not to because that might get too hard to groom. And Kylie asked something. What's the best and quirkiest roadhouse you've been to in Australia? The Ugnadata Roadhouse, the pink one out in the middle of nowhere, that was pretty quirky and had some good stuff in it.
I like Culgara. Culgara Roadhouse.
That had all the bras hanging from the roof and had some quirky stuff outside and a clothesline with all shoes hanging off
I
it.
wasn't leaving a bra because they're too expensive these days.
But they were doing a thing where if you left a bra, you got a free drink. So it's probably worth just calling into an op shop and buying a heap of crappy old bras and just hand them in and getting free piss. It's always one way to get around. But no, there's some really good roadhouses out there, and a lot of them are quirky in their own way. We like going to the pubs, the quirky pubs, and again, there's so many in Australia, it is not funny, but you've got to get off the beaten tracks and have a good yak with the barman and that and sit there. There's some really good stuff.
Oh, the question that we just got off track there, sorry. The question was, how do you choose to stay, or where to stay or stop?
Basically, we just drive along. As I said, we like to pull up by 2 o'clock, so we look at distance, time, have a look in that general area to see what's there. If there's a free camp, we'll go and nail it. If it's a caravan park or whatever we do, that's it. We do things on the fly, right? Everything's fluid and things change. Like I said, we're meant to be going down the coast. Now we've come inland. We do look at free camping. We look at staying at the back of pubs, RSLs, showgrounds, and then occasionally, if you want to just have a relaxing, top up your power, use the machines, come into a caravan park, have a swim in their pool. We do that. So there's no set thing that we do. Yeah. Stop reading and laughing. Oh, someone just asked whether I recommend the Kermit joke.
Oh, hang on. Do you guys love your JB? Hang on. Oh, Emma. Do you guys love your JB van? We pick ours up in a couple of weeks and can't wait. I'll
be honest, all right? The van is good, all right?
I actually like the design before this one better.
Yeah, the one with the big bathroom at the end. There's a few things, and that's a question we'll get to, about changing. I'd rather go to recliners as opposed to the club lounge.
But I think you'd lose a lot of storage with the recliners.
Depending on which van you went with.
Yeah.
There has been a few problems with JB, and you've only got to get onto the websites and you'll see what people are saying. Well, the biggest problem is they don't have enough people and staff. So if you want to book in for a service, or you want to book in to get warranty work or something done, like we rang up probably a month and a half ago to book in February in Brisbane. We rang up the other day and said, hey, we're going to be back a little bit early, can we get in? They said, no, we're booked out till March.
So I would suggest, Emma, when you pick your van up from, wherever you're getting it from, make a booking then and there for your first service.
Yeah,
definitely.
You can go to other service dealers as long as they're a reputable service dealer, and you can get your van done there. You don't have to go back to JB.
No. If you are from Brisbane, we often go over to Sandgate area to MacArthur Industries, is it?
Oh, the Hebel pub. Yeah.
MacArthur Industries.
Yeah, MacArthur Industries in Sandgate in Brisbane. They're awesome.
They service your van as well, and you can normally get in like that.
Yeah, mate. I've been to the Hebel Hotel. Yep, been there a few times. So, back to the question that you were answering before you started talking to Kylie.
Oh, the free camping, the rest stops.
What's the next question?
Next question is all about our editing. So what editing program do we use, and what equipment do we film with? I've been using Adobe Premiere Pro. I've self-taught myself how to do it. Now, if you don't know how to use it, I found this really great website called Skillshare.com, and you can pay an annual subscription, but you can learn all your Adobe courses from Photoshop to Premiere Pro to AI to... You can learn how to fold bloody serviettes if you want to, do some floral arranging, learn how to use your GoPro, your Insta360, your drone. Every course you can think of is on there, and there's all these different instructors. So you don't just have to stick with one person. If you're not comfortable listening to that person, or if they've got an accent you don't like, you can go to the next person. And there's beginners, intermediate, and advanced. So check that website out. That's how I taught myself. But The equipment we use also is the GoPro 9s, 10s, 11s. Dave's got a Mavic 3 Pro and a Mini 3. I've got a Insta 360, which I'm still learning how to use properly. Also use Canva for my thumbnails and to do different things, and we get our music from Epidemic Sound. They're all subscription things, so you just need to work out what you need and what's best for you to use. Yeah. What are you busy?
I'll just read next question.
He's distracted. All right. Any more questions
Hey,
online?
Yui Joe, DM me your address and we'll post you out some of the new stickers. No, we don't sell them. We just give them away.
Oh, so if anybody wants a sticker,
We're not like a lot of the YouTubers out there that'll charge you $7, $10, $15 for a stubby cooler and a sticker. That's not us, all right? We do buy them and we pay for them, but they're a good conversation. They spread the word around, and yeah, we just hand them out. So, Newey, just send us your DM us your address, and we'll send some in the mail to you.
but if anyone else wants any stickers, just send your address through, and we'll post them, put them in the mail.
And Emma, if you have any other questions, just write to us. I'll tell you the truth. We're not here to make friends with anybody. I'm just here to help people out, and hopefully they won't make the mistakes that we made. All right, so I got no problems. As I said, we don't sell our ass to anybody. We're not sponsored by anybody. Not sponsored by JB. Right, everything we've got, we've paid full price for. So I'll tell you the ins and outs of whether it is good or bad. Next question.
And if you are travelling around Australia, one other thing, if you are
We've been going 51 minutes. These people will be bored.
Oh shit. Sorry.
Next question.
If you are travelling around Australia and you see one of our stickers up somewhere, a lot of them are in male toilets because Dave takes it with him into every toilet and sticks it on. Take a photo of it and tag us. Okay, next question's a biggie. How do you travel together for so long in a confined space?
I'll be honest with you now. It's not unicorns and rainbows that everybody makes out there on all those other YouTube channels. It's fucking bullshit. Seriously, we fight like cats and dogs. And to be honest with you, we got to, where was that first place I was driving you back to the airport?
Pentecost River.
Pentecost River.
I was ready to go. He made me turn
And
around.
I actually turned the car around and was going to take it back to Kununurra, stick her on the plane, and
I was driving
and go.
and I was heading that way, and he said turn around. He wanted me to drive across the river.
So in all seriousness, there is really, really hard times and arguments. What you need to do to alleviate that is have time out. So I sometimes will duck off, depending where we are, duck off into a pub and go and play some cards, or just go and talk to people, even in the caravan park. Like, I'm very outgoing, whereas Roz is a bit more of an introvert, and she's happy to sit in the van and do her study or do what she wants to do. But you need time apart. She needs to get in the car and go and get her hair done or whatever sort of thing. You really need to... You're in a little box. What is it? 23, nearly 24 feet. But seriously, things go wrong. I get cranky and grumpy. She gets cranky and grumpy. We take it out on each other. We're both very, very stubborn. And we both have to have the last word, more so her than me. But you get on. Like, the next morning you wake up, it's a new day, you're in a new location, and you just pick yourself up and keep going. But it is hard work, and it is not for everybody, all right? So those people that are out there that don't show any fighting or any bickering or anything, they're full of shit. You can't tell me that everybody goes through life and they don't argue. I don't believe that for... Yeah, anyway. Next.
Next question, how long do you plan to travel? So we've got no end date, but, you know, if I get sick of Dave or
I'll find a younger model.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, anyway, we don't know. There's no end date. We'll just go until...
He needs to consider himself lucky. He'd starve if I wasn't here.
Next question.
Did we sell up to travel? I've already answered that. No, we didn't sell.
Never
got
would.
The house in Brizzy.
People do, especially we've met so many young ones on the road that have sold up. Most of them are tradies, and their story is, oh, well, we're young enough to buy another place and get back in the market. But I wouldn't sell up. But Other people have sold up purely because they didn't want to stay in that area, and they've locked their money away so that they can't dwindle into it. So at least they'll have a bit of money there when they get back.
Okay, next question. Is there anything you can change in your caravan? Definitely.
Yep, definitely. I'd change the seating. I'd probably go a bit longer. I would love to have a flat floor instead of a wheel well, which takes away a lot of your storage space. I've only got 600 amp of lithium. I'd like to go to 900. Bit more solar on the roof. I bought a 300 whatever iTech solar blanket the other day, and it's been working really, really well. There's a few other little things that I would change in the van. What would you change in here?
I would delete the oven, because just to the fact that I haven't used it this time, and I've purposely not used it because I just wanted to see what else I can do in the air fryer. But if I didn't have the oven, I'd have a big drawer there for the air fryer, and I carry my old Thermomix, which is only light, this TM31, which is would sit in the same drawer. And even the stove top and grill I'd delete, and I would just have a double induction cooker, just one that can pull out on the bench.
Dave Dawson, yes, they were made out of checker plating and they were done in Brisbane. Sorry, the question was, were the tank and water covers made for the van from aluminium? They're made out of checker plating. But yeah, got them done in G-Bung in Brizzy. If you DM me, I can give you the guys. Cost me $800 to get the whole lot done. It was phenomenal. Really, really good. But yeah, there's a few things that I would change. Probably the toolboxes on the front. A couple other little things. With the truck, I would have gone to a 4-inch lift instead of a 2-inch. I would have gone to 37-inch tyres instead of the 35. And I would have done a few other things. I probably wouldn't have had the boxes on the back. I would have gone with 2 spare tyres for the amount of flats that we've had. I think we've had 6 or 7 on this trip. The boat I would have turned up the right way, and I've actually tracked down someone called Lifetime Trailers on the Sunshine Coast. They do them like the Mozzie boat loaders, only better quality, and also they're up near us. So yeah, there's a few things that we would change. Next question.
There's a question from Daryl. Are you still happy with your Boss legs?
Yeah, I am. I've actually been looking at a few things on Facebook where people are talking about Boss legs and all that sort of stuff, because yes, they're a little bit dearer than what you'd like to pay, but they're quality. You pay for quality. I've actually jacked the van up and taken my wheels off, and my body and chassis has not bent or done anything like that. The secret is, if you're going to do something like that, jack them up about 10 mil, 5 centimetres, go jack the other one up, keep going backwards and forwards, so you're jacking them up a little bit instead of massive adjustments. So convenient and so easy. You get the extended poles. I've seen people carting big chunks of wood around and big chunks of plastic to put under them. We don't have to worry about that shit. It goes straight to the ground and bang. Doesn't matter if you're on an embankment, you just put the leg back on an angle. It's just there to stabilise. Yeah. But yeah, no, I really rate them. I've had them on 2 vans. If we get a 3rd van, I'm definitely getting them for the 3rd van. Like, I wouldn't go without them.
What is your fuel economy and the size of the fuel tanks?
I have a 200 litre fuel tank on board. We're rolling with about 10.5 tonne, so we're very, very heavy. I'm averaging about 24.6 to 25.5 litres per 100 kilometres. In my 200 series, I average between 22 and 27 with a lot lighter weight. So I'm really enjoying it. Now, once we get back to Brisbane, I'm getting some stuff done to the vehicle that is going to really improve it. It's going to give it extra horsepower. It's going to give it extra torque. So it's 410 horsepower out of the box. It's going to go to nearly 600. It's 1350 pound of torque out of the box. It's going to pick up another 300-400 pound of torque easily. And the fuel consumption goes down. It's going to have a couple of tunes put in it. Next question.
There's another question from Kylie. How do you coordinate your online shopping? I try not to buy too much.
Bullshit. Kylie, if I worked for Amazon, they'd allow me to work from home. That's how much business they'd get out of her. Anyway.
I have never bought anything from Amazon.
eBay, whatever you want to call it.
Not eBay either. No.
Temu, you know them all because you use them all.
If we do buy something and we know where, like we were in Broome, so we were in Broome for a bit, so we had stuff sent to the Broome post office. We
had sent stuff to Derby, we had sent stuff to Kununurra, we've got stuff going to Mildura. So we just plan roughly. Yeah. Most post offices will hold them for 28 days. So you only need a ballpark area of when you're going to be passing through that place. Now, if your plans change, like happened to us, Roz had stuff, because she doesn't order stuff, but some mysteriously she had stuff going to
Caravan. It was medication.
No, it was a dress that you bought.
Oh,
so she had this dress going to Caravan, because you need a dress in a caravan, couldn't send it home. But now it's going to Mildura, so she's changed destinations. Sometimes you will have to pay extra to get it sent from an extra place, or sometimes the post offices do the right and they just forward it on anyway.
Yeah.
So hopefully that answers your question with mail.
Okay. Again, what is your favourite place so far you have visited? I love Tassie.
Yeah, Tassie was beautiful. The food was great. The people were great. The scenery was great.
Just the weather's a little bit cool.
You only had to go half an hour and you're in a total different place. So Tasmania was awesome. We only spent 2 and a bit months there. We're going to go back, definitely, and spend a bit longer there.
Yeah, and also I love the Gibb River Road and, up the Dampier Peninsula around Middle Lagoon. And I did enjoy 80 Mile Beach because the turtles were nesting at the time.
Newy Joe just asked what's some of the gear that I'd leave behind. Well, our van has a tear of 3,199, so say 3.2 tonne. We can actually go to 4.5. So I'd probably leave, that gives us 1,400 kilo payload. I'd probably leave 1,300 kilo of Aussie shit behind next time.
1,300 kilos of shit.
All right, 1,200, sorry. No, there is a few things that we did double up on that I would leave behind. That's something I'm going to work out when I get back to Brisbane, and I'll definitely do a video on it and just say, hey, look, we've just cut all this stuff down.
Yeah.
Because we bought a lot of stuff, especially clothing. We bought so much clothing. We got it all under the bed. We got it hanging up. We got it in vacuum bags. We bought hot and cold gear. But there's a lot of stuff that you just don't use. And I've heard people say, if you put a sticker on something, you've used it. If you use it for more than one thing, put 2 stickers on it, sort of thing. And then when you get back from your trip, if it doesn't have a sticker, piss it off.
Yeah.
Which is a pretty good idea, really.
But see, when we left as well, like I fully stocked the cupboards full of food and things like that. You don't need to, because you've got Woolworths, Coles, IGA, everything, everywhere. The longest stint we had without shops was probably along the Gibb River Road. We were on there for 23 days and people were running out of beer where we had extra beer. But you don't need a lot of stuff. You just need your basics and a bit of meat, and that's fine.
It's just planning, looking ahead and seeing where you're going and what's out there.
Yeah.
Like the Gibb River, the Udnadada, any of those type of Tanami, Desert Road, any of those type of places. Stock up and then deplete your stores as you're going. And then when you're getting into the next big place, stock up again.
But even now, there's a lot of tin stuff and packet stuff that I did pack that we're using it up, and then once it's gone sort of thing. And I have a lot more storage space.
What's next question?
How did you decide what to pack for your trip? Yeah, it was just pretty much what we use every day and what we do we need it in the van?
I bought my Foxtel box, I bought my PS5, I bought a whole heap of stuff, and I've only used the PS5 once in 12 months, so it may get left behind. That might be one of the things I'll leave behind.
And even with your clothing, you tend to wear the same sort of thing every day, shorts and t-shirts, or we've got some winter gear that we took to Tassie with us, but it's in the vacuum seal bags under our bed, so that's there for later on. But we only carry like 2 sets of towels, 2 sets of sheets. You probably don't even need that. You probably just wash and put them straight back on the bed like I do half the time anyway. So there's a lot of stuff you don't need.
The Daryl Thompson just asked, he said they went up north a while back and he couldn't believe how many vans are on the road. I've seen so many vans, it's not funny. This time of the year though, we're in the arse end, so a lot of the places we've been to, there hasn't been too many vans around. But I know what you're saying earlier during school holidays and stuff like that. Yes, vans all through the centre of Australia, the Gibb River Road, everywhere. There's nowhere where you won't go with vans. Just depends on the time of the year. You can go against the grain, you can go with the grain. Just depends. But yeah, mate, I've never seen. I think COVID changed everything with the vans. Everyone's got their vans, so they're getting out and using them now. But yeah, the vans everywhere. What I am seeing though is massive amounts of F trucks, Chevys, and Rams. And with Toyota bringing in the Tundra, and there's another one coming in, it's going to be massive in Australia because we don't have anything that has the towing capacity or the amount of weight that the vehicles can carry. You have to go American. Next question.
Question from Kylie. Best phone coverage. I have Optus. Dave has Telstra. So
Telstra, I think by far has been the best phone coverage.
Yeah.
You will get your places where Optus is strong, and then you'll get your places where Telstra is strong. So that's why we've gone one of each, and we just hotspot each other if need be.
Yep.
But Telstra by far has been the best phone coverage, and second Optus.
And we also carry in the car, what is it?
It's a personal locator beacon, little thing about this big, so no matter where we are in Australia, if we're in trouble, can set it off and someone will come and rescue you.
And the radio in the car.
Yeah, it's UHF.
Yeah.
Can't believe how many people don't have UHFs in the car. You'll be driving along, you go to talk to them, nothing, no aerials, nothing, so we'll let it go. But with the trucks, we're always talking to trucks when we want to overtake, especially the road trains that are like 60 feet long. UHFs is a safety bit of equipment, and I think it's something that is underestimated or undervalued.
Underused.
It's
if you
underestimated.
If you don't have a radio in your car, get one because it's worthwhile. You can find out about the roads ahead. You can talk to the trucks, like Dave said. It's just a good thing.
Somebody asked about campground etiquette.
Mark.
there is people out there that have got no etiquette whatsoever. But I'll tell you a quick short story, because we've now been on here for an hour 7. This is only going to be a 20-minute chat. So one of you people haven't fallen asleep with Roz talking. But anyway, we're at the free camp at Aubrey Wodonga. We're at the Edmoga pub, right? And we rocked up, and it was about 10 o'clock in the morning. And I've driven onto this massive big footy oval. And there was a guy on a motorbike in a swag, and there was 2 other vans. And they were probably about 15, 20 metres between each, even though there was a whole oval. So we parked down here by ourselves. And I was mucking around, getting some stuff out. And one of the guys came over and wanted to have a look at my car, so I was showing him, and I had some tunes going. It was acoustic, easy listening music. At about 11 o'clock, 11:30, a van pulls in beside me. This old guy comes walking over. I've got my spear gun in my hand and a can of beer.
This is just before lunch.
Well, that's when 11:30 is,
Well,
Roz.
they might think of a night time.
No, because I would have said 2,300 hours. Anyway, so this guy comes over and goes, "Oh, mate, can you turn your music off? I've got a headache and my dog doesn't like it." And I looked at him and I went, "You fucking serious?" And he goes, "Yeah, mate, I've been travelling all morning and I've got a headache and my dog doesn't like music."
Meanwhile, there's a whole big oval spare.
I said, "Mate, you got this whole entire fucking oval to park on, and you want to park right beside me and tell me to turn my music off?" And the guy that I was talking to started laughing, because I'm standing there with a spear gun in my hand and this guy's telling me how to fucking turn my music off. Anyway, I said, no, that's fine, because I realised I had Just Green Adventures on the side of the car and I didn't want to do anything bad. I go, no, mate, that's all right, I'll turn it off, it's all good. However, when I go to dinner and I come back, I'm going to sit here and I'm going to listen to some music, looking at the stars and just mellowing out. And he turns around and goes, "Oh, so I better move." Well, mate, it's up to you. I'm just telling you what I'm doing. You got the whole fucking oval and you want to park on top of me. And he walked off and he moved his car. So there is a lot of people that have absolutely no etiquette whatsoever. They'll come in and they'll park right on top of you. We've been out in the middle of nowhere, and I think it's a security thing. We've had people come and park right up our backside. And you think, shit, what, you want to, like, open windows and talk through windows or something? I think they do it for security. You'll get people that will turn generators on and turn generators off. Now, we don't have a generator. However, I believe if you're in a free camp, There's no rules as such. If a person's in a free camp and he's got a generator going, you have no right to come into that park, pull up beside him and go, mate, I've got a kid sleeping here, turn your generator off. If you don't like it, move to the next free camp or move further away. Again, if you're there first and a guy rocks up and cranks out his generator, you've got to remember, it is a free camp, so you can't go and tell him you're going to knock his block off if he doesn't turn it off. However, you can go and have a yarn to him and go, look, mate, we were here first, we do have children that sleep, do you mind? And be reasonable, like negotiate, sort of thing. And if you don't like it, to save all heartache, pack yourself up and move. But there is some people that have absolute no etiquette whatsoever, and there's some people that are first timers and that just,
I think they just want the security of somebody else around. But we've never felt unsafe at any camp at all.
Nervous leaving our... Mark wants to know, are we nervous leaving our gear, our caravan and that, at free camps? Okay, I've got a white tie anti-theft system on this van, so it's a GPS tracker. So no matter where I am in Australia, I can check. So we left it at the caravan park for a month in Broome, and we shot over to Hawaii and cruised back on a cruise ship. Now, I constantly was looking at my phone, just making sure the caravan hadn't moved. As soon as the caravan moves, I can set triggers up around it. Once it breaks that little imaginary line, an alarm goes off on my phone. The brakes will lock on, the alarm will go off in the caravan. We also have one hidden in the RAM, and you'll never find it. So I can track my RAM. I can tell how fast it's going, I can tell where it is, and it's all live footage, all tracked by satellite. So, no, I haven't been worried. We do things like we'll close all the windows and we'll lock the door as we go off. So when we're up at Mitchell Plateau, we left it at the camp that was probably 70 k's away. We went to Mitchell Plateau for the day. And if someone really wants to break in, they're going to break in. We have insurance. You hope it doesn't happen. But if you leave things undone around your van, opportunity theft will occur. So you try not to leave stuff out. All right, yeah, it's a bit of a bugger. Just pack the chairs up, put them inside, then off you go, sort of thing.
But you do find a lot of caravanners tend to look out for each other.
Yeah, vanners that are there, if they see someone coming in, they'll say something. And everyone looks after, because that's what you do. It's Australian. You look after your mate. You look after other people. So, great question. And we've never really been nervous. Like, we like to travel on our own. I like to beat my own drum, do things what I want to do. We have travelled with people, but only for like 2-3 weeks, and then sort of get the shits and you want to get going, because everybody wants to do things differently. People want to see things. People with kids will travel slower or won't want to go here or there because they've got kids. People with dogs can't go to certain parks, can't go to national parks and that because they have their dogs. So we like to travel on our own. I like the enjoyment of travelling with other people for a short stint, maybe a week or two, having a few beers, doing a few things differently, having a conversation with other adults other than Roz, and it just breaks up the boredom and the stuff. It's a change, but I don't think I would permanently follow someone around for a month sort of thing.
No. There's another question from Kylie.
Geez, Kylie, you got a lot of questions.
Oh, no, sorry. Kylie's got one. There's one from Jeff. Jeff says, would you change to a compost toilet?
Okay, we've been talking to a lot of people about that. I spoke to James, a guy that we've seen him for probably a dozen times on our trip so far, and we ended up spending probably a week. Actually, we went back to Brizzy for a week, and he looked after our van while we were gone at Broome Caravan Park. He's got a compost. He says he wouldn't change it for the world. He's had both. There's two different types. There's Nature's Head or Nature's Own, and then there's another one, OG or something.
But while we've got this van, we thought we might as well just keep the chemical toilet we've got. We carry two canisters.
Because Ross fills it up, so we need two.
Do not. We try not to do number twos in it. If you have to, you have to. But if we're at a caravan park, if we're at the shopping centre, we'll go to the
service station, pub, whatever. We'll go and do it out there, even public toilets. Nothing wrong with that.
But we try and just do number ones in ours, and we empty it when it's full. I don't put toilet paper into the toilet so it doesn't clog it up that way. Just put it straight into like a little bag little like a nappy bag. They're the cheapest to get. You just hang it beside the toilet there and pop your little your paper in there.
So yeah, if we were to buy another van, I probably would go compost.
Yeah.
Only because the longevity, as in you don't have to change the number twos as much. You still have to change the urine. But if it's just the two of us, and like I can go outside in a free camp and just go over and pee on a tree sort of thing. Like, so I'd probably go that way, to be honest with you. Daryl, didn't you say there was a second question?
Oh yeah, Kylie. She said, "Do you rate Kununurra? Best time to go?"
I enjoyed Kununurra. There's some nice stuff there, and the scenery and stuff around Kununurra. So getting out of Kununurra,
yeah,
like going up to, where was that little shithole we drove up to? Wyndham. We went up to Wyndham, but we went the back way and we checked out a few things along the way. We went up to Wyndham.
I had that crossing.
Went up to the lookout and did a few things up there. Went out to a old jail tree and stuff like that. We did the crossing out of not Fitzroy, Ivanhoe Crossing. We actually free camped out there. We went to a rodeo. They got the shops there. There's an awesome bakery there. They got boat tours, Triple J tours. Do a boat ride up the Ord River.
We were there in July, August.
August, September.
There was a lot.
It was busy.
It was busy. It depends on what you want to see, the season, and when you want to be there. So,
if you go back and have a look at our videos, you'll see what we did. The weather was great. If anything, the weather was cold. I wouldn't get in the swimming pool out at Lake Argyle because it was freezing.
It was
like 11 degrees or some stupid thing.
Yeah.
So I just got me selfie photo on top of the pool, not in the fucking pool. But Kununurra is a great place. We spent a bit of time there. We left, and due to a flat tyre, we went back. We had to spend another 9 nights there. So there was plenty to see and do. Any more questions? Quick.
No, it's just about discount codes. I'll put all the information in the links below for all our codes that you can use, and we've just got to finish up.
There's another question. Okay, you can answer this one.
From Daryl.
From Daryl, answer that one.
What is it?
Oh.
Daryl, do you find your relationship is better now being together 24 hours a day, or do you fight more? Oh. Bit of both. Being confined and being together, we do fight a lot. Like Dave said before, you just need your own space. But I don't know. We talk a lot. We seem to talk a lot more, but there is that, we are both stubborn, so it depends on, each to their own sort of thing. What are you doing? Right, any other questions here? Oh, Newy Joe, is the Bruce Highway still the worst highway in Oz? That Bruce Highway has been having work done to it since I was a kid and used to travel Queensland with Mum and Dad. So I would probably say yes. I haven't been right up to North Queensland lately, but yeah, it's a shit road.
All right. Well, it's been an hour and 20 minutes. It's been awesome having you people. What?
Nothing. Oh.
What were you going to say? No, read it.
No, it's all right.
It's been awesome having you guys and girls on here. Didn't expect it to go this long. This was only going to be a 20-minute thing. Would you like us to do this more often? If so, put it in the comments down below. And then if you have any questions that we haven't covered, that you would like covered, put them in there. One thing I'm going to say is, we'll do one video next week, which will be a rehash on this year.
Our highlights.
Our highlights of where we've been and done. Reason being, obviously we don't make money. I tell a lie. We do make money out of YouTube, all right? I think the most we got is like $260 for a month, which doesn't even give me half a tank of fuel.
Yeah, YouTube, going back to that monetization of YouTube, it does take a lot of time, and I find myself constantly sitting on the computer, putting videos on, trying to edit all that sort of stuff. But you can monetize after you hit a certain amount of viewers, and it's roughly about, we don't have that many subscribers or viewers, but we're roughly bringing in about $250 a month. That covers not even a full tank of petrol for us, probably half a tank of petrol.
But we're not in it for the money.
Yeah,
That's
we're
because
not.
you guys support us and watch our shows and hopefully watch our ads.
Yeah.
Which then generates a bit of money for us.
But
So it's very helpful.
It's better than nothing. Like, it pays for the groceries and stuff like that.
If you think you're going to become a millionaire out of YouTube, you've either got to be a Brody Moss or you've got to have an awesome rack and get around in a G-string or something like that.
And Dave's not going to do that.
Well, I would, but you won't let me. Anyway, guys, if there's anything else that you want us to cover, things that you'd like us to do, topics and stuff like that, going back, the reason we're not going to do any more videos after next month,
we're just going to take a break.
we're going to have a month off. So the December period, we'll still film, but we're just not going to put a video up every week as we do. We'll come back in the new year just after New Year with videos again.
Yeah.
We'll still be around on the socials. We'll still be doing Instagram. We'll still be doing Facebook, TikTok, and all the other stuff. But if you have any questions, DM us. We like responding, and I respond to everybody. And half the time, I just DM you back my phone number because I couldn't be bothered typing. I've got fat fingers, and I hate typing, so I'd rather just make a phone call and have a chat. It's more personal anyway. If you see us on the street, come up and have a yak. We've had that happen all the way around so far.
Yeah.
We had one lady in Darwin, it was a crack up. She was fangirling, and her husband was taking photos, and she was in between us, and we're just normal people.
Yeah.
Like, we're no one special. We don't do anything special. We're just lucky enough that in this time of our life we can travel Australia and meet awesome people out there, and obviously have you guys following us. Now, somebody asked me if I could do a joke. All right, I will. But we do have to get off because now we've been going an hour and 20 minutes. And if anybody sees that video up there, they're probably not going to watch it. Going, an hour 20, I'll be just skipping through it.
But I just want to quickly say, if you do want a sticker or something, PM us your address and I'll get some out in the mail for you. We do have our online store if you want to buy a shirt. These are our most popular shirts, these Drinks, Fire and Friends shirts, and we're going to be doing some singlets up for Gucci Creek next March, so if you want one of those, let us know.
Do a few singlets.
I'm just going to put a few sizes aside, sort of thing. If you do see us on the road and you want to buy merch or anything like, or you want to buy a t-shirt, I'm actually doing a special on the road price, so it's $40 for a t-shirt because we carry some with us. If you buy it online, obviously you pay for postage. But
and out of those t-shirts, we're not making.
I think we make in between $6 and $9 a t-shirt.
So it's not much.
It's just something that we did once. I don't know if I'll do it again, but we will get us some singlets because we tend to live in singlets, especially when it's so hot.
Yeah, and thank you very much for supporting us. If you haven't subscribed, obviously subscribe, hit that like button and all the notifications, and you'll be told when we're on and boring you again with videos and stuff. But it's that time again. It's joke time with Dave. Hey, Roz.
Oh, yes, Dave.
I can't take our dog down to the park anymore because the ducks keep chasing him. I didn't realise he was purebred. Get it, purebred?
See what I've got to put up with?
All right, guys. Catch us later. Whatever you're doing, have a wonderful Christmas and a great New Year. We'll see you when we come back, and take care and look after each other.
Thanks for watching.
Thank you. Bye.
See you guys.
How do we stop this?
No.
We'll hit stop, see what happens.
I don't know.
Maybe hit it up here.
Catches.
Are you sure that you want to stop? Yes, we do.